With every passing day, Mother Earth's health is deteriorating. Every generation has left a footprint. We need to stop repeating old habits. We need to create real change. We have less than a decade to cut global emissions by 50%. Generation Z is the first generation exposed to the globalization and the internet at a young age. They have a wider reach. The Earth may have been neglected by previous generations. However, it is our job to heal her. We are the future of this planet. Let's treat her right. As the global population grows, so does the demand for food production. More people means a greater need for calories and nutrition to be provided by farmers and food manufacturers. And that in turn creates increased pressure on the planet to provide enough water, space, plant nutrients, and ideal climate to provide enough food. There's no escaping the limitations of this planet, and in realizing this, farmers and scientists are looking for more ways to produce food more efficiently. They recognize the need to change the current system because it is simply not sustainable. Animal agriculture dominates our world food system, despite the fact that it's inefficient as it uses a huge amount of resources to provide a small amount of food. Around 26% of land worldwide is used for grazing livestock, while 33% is used to grow feed for the livestock. In addition, around 70% of the world's freshwater supplies is used for agriculture, around which 1/3 is used for livestock.
Today we're going to be talking about the relation with animal agriculture and the environment, specifically how it plays a role in food security. Today, we hope that you will be inspired to take on a life that is more eco-friendly. Get ready to be informed. Now, a lot of people misjudge a plant-based diet with a lifestyle that only consumes raw vegetables or fruits for the reason that they do not like meat. Now, there are a lot of reasons why this theory is wrong and why this is a very wrong assumption about veganism. Now, with this, we have to switch the mindsets of people and expose them to the environmental benefits of going plant-based. We also have to expose about the harmful activities and irresponsible consumption that the meat industries are doing right now. A lot of people still don't know how harmful these meat industries actually cause to our environment until the fact that big organizations don't put this and highlight this issue on their main pages. Relatively, the easiest way to implement a small yet responsible consumption is to intake a plant-based diet. Avoiding meat and dairy products is the single best way you can reduce your harmful environmental impacts on our Earth. People may see the amount has no impact, but actually one plant-based meal can reduce 3 kilograms of carbon emissions, 1.3 liter of clean water, 1 meter square of forest land, and also one animal's life. Just one. Imagine how much you'll save if you consume it on a regular basis. If at least 60% of the 7 billion people that are existing right now on our planet reduces their over-meat consumption, perhaps we could reduce deforestation and instead regenerate and sink the carbon emissions from the air. Reducing meat in your diets would drastically reduce carbon emissions, prevent animals from going extinct, and reduce the activities of farmland, and of course preserve water.
The numbers are real. There is very little left to debate on the subject. To simply put it, the world must reduce the amount of meat it consumes. In 2011, the world's population reached 7 billion and now it is around 7.7 billion. As the global population continues to skyrocket, the planet simply cannot sustain the current levels of meat consumption. Now, I am neither vegetarian or vegan, however, it has quickly become clear that I, along with the rest of the global population, must change our habits and move towards a more plant-based diet. A recent BBC analysis suggests that the use of land for forestry and growing food accounts for 25% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That is essentially the same as from electricity and heating and is more than that of trains, planes, and automobiles on the planet. When you look closer at the food sector environmental impact, you can see that meat and dairy are one of the biggest factors. Worldwide, livestock accounts for 14.5 to 18% of human-induced greenhouse gas emissions. When it comes to other warming gases, agriculture is one of the leading contributors to methane and nitrous oxide emissions. Livestock uses 83% of farmland and produces 60% of agriculture's greenhouse gas emissions. Yet it only provides 18% of food calories and 37% of the protein required by humans. Seeing as the planet is set to reach a population of 9 billion in 2050, as well as an increase in meat production, it is important that we ask ourselves how to meet the demand for meat itself. The math is simple. Eating meat has little economic sense, but the change of diet could prevent the collapse of the natural world that all humanity depends on.
My opinion about responsible consumption, I think we have to be more conscious of why we want to consume product, and then responsible consumption also means that you know where the products come from, how is it being made, and what are the impact it costs to the society and also the environment. Does it relate to a plant-based diet? Absolutely. According to the data, we all know that agriculture, forestry, and land use produce one of the highest carbon emissions. So by adopting a plant-based diet is actually one simple solution we can do to reduce our carbon footprint.
Why do people assume that a plant-based diet is nutrition deficient?
I think there are many factors that play. So one probably is there are some people who go on an extreme, for instance like a raw vegan diet, calorie deficient. So they're seen as people who are very, very skinny. So obviously people don't see that as healthy. And one major reason in Indonesia at least is that people, when they go on a plant-based diet, it's not that they research about it first. Like when they go on a plant-based diet, they usually do it for something that there are different reasons, of course, but mostly in Indonesia, other than health, is animals and environment.
What is your stance on animal agriculture? My personal stance on animal agriculture is I'm very against it. I believe it has a lot of negative impacts towards the environment. I believe it's unethical. I personally try my best not to contribute to animal agriculture by consuming plant-based. Plant-based food is so abundant and so delicious these days, there's really no need to consume animals.
Urban farming is a category of agriculture in which produce can be cultivated in tight urban areas. This particular method of farming is one we take special interest in. More space efficient and water efficient than conventional farming methods, we find that hydroponics has higher potential than any other conventional farming methods. Its versatility and its space efficiency, hydroponics can be put anywhere as long as they have water, sunlight, and power. And other than that, they can be used to grow a variety of crops, from vegetables to fruits and other produce. These systems provides food sustainability for communities even through dire situations.
Hi guys! Right now we are in Green Welfare's hydroponic unit in Tapos. Now, the grand question is, why are we so interested in hydroponics? First, we believe that hydroponics will be the future of urban farming. First of all, water basins like that can be virtually placed anywhere and can be used to supply plants a variety of fruit and vegetables. An average 50-hole hydroponics only takes space of 80 centimeters by 175 centimeters and is able to produce a yield of a few kilos per 4 to 5 weeks. When compared to modern conventional farming, to produce that amount of yield, it would first need more space to grow the plants and also need more water. This is further exacerbated because the requirements of regular soil farming is to be placed outside of the city to first not disturb modern day infrastructure and second to avoid carbon-related diseases to the plants. Although the size isn't always the smallest, more designs of hydroponic units are being researched right now to fit a specific type of either plant, fruit, and help grow them efficiently.
Hydroponics is a method of growing plants without the use of soil. It uses water, an added nutrient solution, and a special growing medium such as perlite, limestone gravel, or coconut coir. Hydroponics is a great way to transform our food system into a more local and sustainable one. It provides many advantages compared to the traditional farming system. Due to climate change, with its predicted impact of increased erratic and potentially destructive weather, it is becoming a lot harder to grow plants with our traditional methods of soil farming. The term hydroponics is derived from the Greek language. It directly translates into water working. From this, we can establish that this type of farming mainly uses water. This method of urban farming is regarded as the most sustainable one. It saves up to 90% more water than traditional soil farming. We also get a higher yield and save a lot more space in the process. If hydroponics were applied worldwide and used as a major part of the local agricultural system, perhaps we could let the traditional farmland go back to its natural landscape ways. Through this, we will reduce carbon dioxide and increase oxygen production. We are facing a global fight to address one of the biggest challenges of our time. 5 years after committing to eradicate hunger, we are nowhere near a goal of ending it by 2030. Overcoming hunger is just one part of the problem. Around 2 billion people do not have access to safe, clean, and nutritious food.
The most important lesson that should be remembered is to be compassionate. The only way to create change is by taking action. We have to start now, because every single step matters.
We're the future of our planet. We are its only hope. Be the change, create a domino effect. It all starts with you.